TheEyesofRy. Tonight, the topic is how to parent your. And you can have small kids, you can have intermediate kids, or you can have teenagers. All of them are different. But there's certain things that is common throughout. We have to truly understand what we want for our kids. So that means we have to stop crippling them. We have to understand that all kids are not the same. So the disciplinary factor will differ from child to child. Granted, there are a lot of steps you can take before even getting to a spanking. However, sometimes certain children just need it. It's like the only way that they comprehend. However, others, you can simply ask, then demand, and it'll be done right then and there. But the most important thing as a parent is paying attention to his child, that is. Because confusing the two will lead a whole different outcome. And that's what we're seeing a lot today. We as parents sometimes forget that we were children. We were once in that state. We had that state of mind. So it should be easy to understand the side coming from the child or teenager. See, this is the point where we actually communicate and not belittle nor argue. Because again, we have been there, so we should be able to sympathize with almost everything that they go through. Not everything, but almost everything. Parents, please quit taking out your frustrations out on your children. Just because you didn't make it in life, or just because you had a long day, or somebody upset you, that is not your children's burden. The child's place is to remain in a child's place. Free, secure, comfortable, protected, and understood. We have to get back to really raising our kids and not allowing the world to do it after the household. Home should be first. We are seeing in this day and age that our kids need us more than ever, because this is a confusing time. And if it's a confusing time for adults, just think about what it is for kids. So when you're going about with your children, understand that you don't have to be overbearing to make them understand. You don't have to be over the top to make them understand. You don't have to be belligerent or anything. Simply because as long as you show it out of love, it will be understood and respected. The misinterpretation is pretty much about that thin line. Is like me? Why am I here? And lately we've been seeing that just way too often. That our children feel alone, scared, because we can't communicate with adults, let alone children. We don't know how to take course with an adult. So we always mishandle the situation with the children. Your child may not be bad. Maybe it's just he or she is lacking the attention that they truly desire. He or she may not have none of those mental issues. They simply aren't just pleased with the aesthetics that they are given. Maybe they want to be challenged more. Maybe they just want to talk, tell you how they feel, tell you what they want, what they need, and somebody truly listen. We as parents have a lot to do. We as parents have to understand that we were once children in those same shoes, feeling those same steps, making those same mistakes. But it never got easy because we never learned how to talk. We never learned how to communicate with one another. But we really never just talk to anybody in general. So more oftentimes than not, most parents are just frustrated with life, not with their children or just anything, like just the frustration of life and what it actually brings. Don't get me wrong, life can be a beautiful thing. But we all know life can get tragic at times too. But those are our problems, not theirs. And we truly have to make that distinction on what falls on us and what falls on them. So we need to learn how to pay attention to our kids. We need to learn how to communicate with our kids. We need to learn how to show understanding of our kids. And we have to stop belittling them. Don't get me wrong, tough love is a beautiful thing. But you gotta learn when to dish it out and how to dish it out. For instance, that child that just needs a spanking or just got to that point, after you spank them, explain why you spanked them. Explain how it made you feel and why it made you feel that way. And then explain why it was wrong. We oftentimes, do the do and then send them to the room. You have to understand what that done to them, what it does to them. What did it do to you when you didn't really or truly understand what was taking place or why certain things happened? We better than this. We are better than this. It's time for less school dramas. It's time for less just everything involving children. Because they shouldn't even be pushed to a brink that makes them want to take the edge. So please, try and understand your children. Try and put them in the best positions possible. And any shortcoming that you have, put the frustration on yourself to do better. Leave them out of it. We as parents, we will be better. We have to be better. If we want our lives and our world to get better. That's one thing we gotta remember, the kids are the future. And one day, you'll be in a state that you need them. Let's not do like the rest of those families. Let's stick together to the end. And if y'all did fall apart, talk, communicate, find a way to fill the void. There's too many gaps in the world already. We don't need any more. So please love, protect, provide, and understand. Teach and acknowledge your children. It's our time to do better. So let's do better. I'm out.